Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pocket Change, your favorite reselling podcast that is hit or miss. We're here one week, we're not here the next. Sorry about last week. It's just been crazy moving stuff around, trying to get this back on track. My co-host Joel. Joel, how's it going?
It has been absolutely crazy getting there, trying to get everything back. In fact, eBay right now is not on track at all for me. I ended up, because I'm in training and working and in more training, I have basically put mine on autopilot, which is crazy because I've still been selling some things. Still managed to sell. I've got 162 items, had 162 items listed at one point. Kept trying to maintain that up until the middle of August, and it looks like everything went dark for me. I know my camera's doing auto adjust, folks. I'm sorry about that. I'll try to stay leaned in. But it's been crazy. I have sold around 12 items for the month of August so far.
August.
We're sitting here roughly almost to the end. We've got a week left, basically. And so I'm right on track to do 10%, and yet I have neglected the absolute poop out of eBay for the last 2 weeks. So crazy.
Cool.
July sucked. July was not.
July was awful for
It was
me
not
because I
that
had
good.
the store on vacation. Complete vacation, and apparently on August 20th is when I came back off of vacation.
And didn't mean to.
And didn't mean to. So I got some sales. So I drove to Tampa this weekend and then rushed back. Packed them out. And now I'm going home next weekend. So I put myself on vacation Sunday to Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday, I can, if it sells, I'll ship it. So that's my goal, I think, going forward. And I started listing stuff today. Going back into this, going to get back on track. Start selling some stuff.
You weren't even home more than maybe 24 to 30 hours. You weren't even home 2 days. Because you and I talked Friday night. You didn't get home until 2 in the morning.
2:30.
Yeah.
2:30 on Friday, Saturday morning, and then I left there at 9 o'clock Sunday morning. So I was there
Goodness.
7 hours, something like that. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, right?
That's true. That is true.
But I've completely neglected, not listed anything for 2 months. Had my stuff on vacation. It came off of vacation. There were probably people that were watching things, and as soon as I got an opportunity, they bought them. So I sold.
Let's talk a little bit about just randomly, just spot randomly. What did you gross? Because I'm around $50, $60 for the month, but my items I'm selling are not that expensive. I'm getting a lot of cheap.
After I paid for all the shipping and everything, I made $97 last week
Okay.
on eBay, and I sold a belt buckle on Grail, and I made $12 on that. So after fees and everything, so I ended up making $109. It only cost me $48 in gas to go do it. I got to see my wife play with my cats. So it was worth it.
So it's worth it. $48. It cost you $48. So actually, out of that, you didn't make that much. You really only made about the same amount I made. When we figure
Right.
gas, you didn't get paid any time. We won't pay you for your time. We just look at. I'm right between $50 and $60 so far, and that's what I've cleared
Yeah.
after shipping. I had some decent items. I had one I thought I was going to sell that would have been a really nice one, and they backed out. They were like, "I can't do it till September." I'm like, "Can you hold it?" And I'm like, "No." And that's another thing, folks. If somebody asks you to hold something, do not, whatever you do, not tell them yes. You cannot hold any active listed item on eBay. The
Or if
only
they ask you to pull their finger, don't pull it.
I don't know about that. It's probably legal on eBay for you to pull their finger if you really want to. But what it specifically says in the rules, and it does say they search messages, and if they find that you have done something, they won't ban. They can go up to banning your account. So, do not hold. You cannot hold any active listing. Now, here's what you can do. Here is your loophole. Be very careful of this. Your loophole is if it is ending. You can go in and somehow, I don't even know how to do this, but supposedly there's a way to take it off of auto renew. And when it falls off to the unsold, then you can do whatever you want to with it. But if
All
it
right.
is an active listing, you can't end the listing and hold it. You can't say you'll hold it even and leave it active because you can't make any deal outside of eBay. So when they asked me to do that, I was like, no, I'm sorry. And I just tell them, per eBay rules, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get myself banned because you want me to hold something for you. And besides, what if somebody else wanted it? I'm just hoping that it would be like it used to be, that having some chatter about it might generate sell on it. But so far, no, haven't seen anything.
Maybe. Yeah, so I went in and I took out all my $2 cards. All my cards. I took all my cards off. So there was 1,000 of them. So I have no cards for sale. That's good because I don't want to sell a $2 card and spend $48 in gas.
I think that's smart.
Yeah. I was thinking about bringing them with me because I got a printer here. I meant to take my printer. And I got there, I'm like, crap, I didn't bring the printer. But I had my old printer that I couldn't use here because I couldn't find the drivers for it. But I was able to put it on the old PC, and it worked fine.
So you was able to get your items shipped out.
Yeah, I got them all shipped out Saturday.
What's the plans? Are you going to start going home like every weekend now and start putting your store on vacation like every week, Sunday through Wednesday? Or
I was planning on going home next weekend because it's holiday. I'm off Monday, so I figured I might spend it with my wife. And so I did that for this week. I probably will go home every other weekend. Put it on vacation for 12 days or something like that.
I don't know.
I was doing that before when I was working out of town, and I still was making sales.
Is it to do every other week, or is it worth it to do every week? And if you make sales, then go home and unbox them, or if you don't, just stay where you're at? Is it because this day and age, what's happening is a lot of people. You're not the only one I know that's in the position that you're in currently. There are 4 other people, so you're one of 5 people in my circle who are working out of town Monday through at least. Some of them, I got one of them who's literally living in an RV, working 4 hours from home and he just stays in an RV and alternates one weekend out of the month. He either comes home or the other weekend, and the other weekend out of the month, his wife goes up there. So it's kind of,
Yeah.
but
The times are changing, right? It's crazy how many people I know that are doing this kind of thing to try to make ends meet. I keep applying for jobs in Tampa. We'll see if that works out. Although I can't talk about it on the podcast, so I'm going to cut that out. For now, we're going to go every other weekend, I think. I'll try that. Hopefully that works.
well, I know the idea, we quit doing this, got a lot of requests to come back. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we missed you too. Part of the reason we quit doing it is because I was busy with work. Ben's was busy with work. Now, I didn't put my store on vacation, but Ben's had to. But we've also noticed that when we're not working our stores, then we're relying completely on our jobs, which,
Yeah.
of course, there again, you guys wouldn't be watching this if your job completely supported you either, unless you're a full-time reseller, which we appreciate you and we aspire to be like you. And that's not, we just don't want to be forced to do it again.
I'm going to be like them. So I've been looking at that what do you call it? Easy Lister. Beard King. Alex is doing it with books. Seems to be doing a really good job for him.
Is there a way to bring that up and just look at what that looks like? Because you and I both have talked about it, because it would sure help me. Like right now, 14-hour days, I don't feel like listing anything when I get off work. I really don't. Now, hopefully that's going to change in the next 6 weeks, or after 6 weeks, I'll have a little more time back in my schedule. But it would be nice to still be listing some stuff. I was doing well and was selling well, and then all of a sudden I couldn't list anymore because, quite frankly, how am I going to do that when I'm in and out of meetings 14 hours a day? I'm curious as to what this actually is, what it actually looks like. I know we're being real serious tonight, folks. We normally laugh and cut up, but we're actually trying to figure out how to run our businesses on eBay.
Yeah, we can share that. Let me share it. Let me show you. It's called List easier.
Okay, let's see this list easier. Create listings faster. Okay.
Here's the pricing. You can try
Good.
it for free and do 10. You can do 1,000 per month for 69.
For 69.
See, that's why I like it. They got the right pricing for me.
Why did they? And it jumps to 189 from 69.
It's from 1,000 to 3,000 to 10,000.
So what they do? Let's just pull up the handy dandy calculator here. I just got to see 69 times 3 would be 207. So they're giving you a little bit of a discount there. And then what's the other one? The 299.
299. That's 10,000
listings a month.
I don't know how you. If I put 10,000 listings up, I'd only need this for 1 month. And then I could then you get into the resell nirvana where you just list what you sell and you have all those other listings out there. So
yeah, but how hard would it be to list 10,000 a month? The handy dandy calculator again. 10,000 divided by 30. You'd have to be listed 333.3333333 a day.
a day. But if you had a business and you were like, you had 3 people working for you, and honestly, from what I've heard, you got to batch the stuff into things like do all hats or do all books or do all whatever. But you can just take the pictures of 1,000 items, load them in there. Say I took 5 pictures of each item. It'll separate them out, suck them in, and then it writes it does everything you need except for the pricing.
Suck it in,
Because
10. I'm sorry. Blues Travelers.
Blues Travelers? What?
ADHD, man.
Yeah, so this is 7 cents a listing and 1,000 listings. That seems reasonable. The other one that I was looking at was 50 cents a listing, and it was $50 for 100 listings a month. And from what I've heard from other people who've played with it, this one's actually better.
So this one actually, I love how they're highlighting here in blue the 2 higher dollar ones. Yeah, the most is 1,000 a month. Good Lord, I could do that one. Are you locked into any contract or anything? So if I had a month that I could do the 1,000, I could just be done. Kind of like you.
I think you can just do it for 1 month. It's month by month. So if you could take all your pictures and have them all batched and ready to go and sign up. The other thing people are running into with this is if, like you have 100 listings, you've been on there a year, you still have 100 listings, then all of a sudden you add 1,000 listings in a month. It'll probably flag you and you'd have to worry about getting in trouble. So it fills all this stuff out.
So eBay, why would I get in trouble? I guess my question.
Because it's so much different than your normal thing. I don't know. I think if you started a new account and in a month you were over 3,000 listings in a month, it definitely could cause problems where eBay might flag you as a bot or something like that. So just be cautious of that, is what I've heard. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. It's cool.
Yeah.
You can play with it. I mean, if anybody that's listening, you can go do 10 for free. So batch 10 like things. Take your pictures of those 10 like things. And then that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually going to try the 10 for free. I've taken pictures of 10 different books. And I'm going to try to use it to put it up there. Now, I don't think I'm at the place where I need to spend $70 a month on it. Although, there is one person who has a code for it, which is Commonwealth Picker. I think the code is Commonwealth, but you can go check out his channel. He has a code where the first month you can get $30 off. So you could actually do your first month for $39.99.
Good to know. So if you're listening, go check out Commonwealth. You said Commonwealth Picker?
Commonwealth Picker. Go
check out his channel and maybe get a code for it. It's something definitely to look into, especially if you're... The problem I have is how many items. Now, of course, you guys see all the tools behind me, the sockets, the tools. Yeah. Okay, those I could definitely do. But how many items do I have that's in the same category? Not really. I could do maybe my pocket watches. I could do maybe my this here. But what about my clothes? Does it have to be all polos? What is the restrictions there? Do we know?
I don't know, man. I don't know anything about it other than it seems really cool and everybody says it works. I think you could just do women's clothing. That's the category. So if it's all women's clothing, then men's clothing, I think you can divide it up that way. The people I've been watching do it. What's that one guy's name? James. Stay or something like that. I don't know how to say it.
You know better than me, man.
Yeah, he was like the first person using it, first beta tester. He's doing a lot of videos about it. Man, if you wanted to sell DVDs and VHS or CDs, so right now I don't do CDs because they're worth like $5. Although I did a bunch of Christmas ones and made a lot of money. I paid 2 cents a piece for them, ended up selling for $5 a piece, and during the Christmas time they sold out pretty good. Now you could do this instead of having to spend all that time researching everyone. You could say I'm going to sell them all for $4.95. You would, if you didn't do the research, you could just take them all, scan, do 100 CDs in like probably 5 minutes, on top of whatever time it takes you to do the picture. That's a plus.
Yeah.
I think it makes things that are normally I wouldn't mess with. Maybe I might because they don't have to do all the work.
I don't know.
As far as the description.
I'm sitting here going DVDs, CDs, video games. Let's talk about video games. Good Lord. In the last year, because I've been doing this for what? Going on 2 years now? Is it almost 2 years? Did I come in 2023 or 2024? When did we start doing this?
Yeah, we're at 2 years on the podcast, so it's 2 years.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
August was 2 years.
So I started selling video games when I first came out of the gate because I had some I didn't play anymore, and then I started buying some more, and then I got some this, that, and other, and I don't know, it's like the bottom has fallen out of video games. It just, I can't seem to make more than a couple bucks off of each one, whereas when I first started, I was making $10 off of a game, even if it was a common kind of crappy game. Now it's... And it could be what I've got, because I got Xbox One and I got PlayStation 3, which PlayStation 3 has been out for probably a decade. But I'm still using...
Look, you don't sell CDs because they don't sell, but they really do sell, right? There's 12 million listed, and 1.3 million have sold in the last 90 days. So that's 11% sell-through rate.
Yeah,
they sell.
But what do you? Here's the thing with CDs, though. CDs don't sell like you would think. Like, you can't just go, okay, this is a case of CDs. They're going to sell like crazy. Because if you got, like, Engelbert Humperdinck, and probably most of our listeners are laughing now, and some of them are like, who? Some of them are laughing because they know exactly what I'm talking about, and some of them are going, who in the world is that? Exactly.
He's a great singer, by the way.
He is a great singer, but... he's got a following, and how many of them? It's amazing. It's kind of like selling Elvis CDs. Yeah, two of us. I think, is it Alex? That's the other. No. Who's the other Elvis fan in our group?
Biscuit Butt.
Biscuit Butt. Yeah.
Engelbert Humperdinck. There are 13,000. That's not CDs.
He's looking up.
Engelbert Humperdinck. There's 3,500 Engelbert Humperdinck CDs listed.
And how many have sold?
Advance, sold, search. 350.
Okay.
So 10%.
But 10%.
So it's 10%.
Okay. I just figured he was not selling too well. But hey.
I think this stuff sells. It doesn't sell great, but if you can list it and it costs you 7 cents to list it, it does all the work for you. It makes me start to think, maybe. Let's do, like I was doing, I'm not going to do Engelbert Humperdinck, but let's do Christmas.
Oh, what's his name at Christmas? What's the guy? Michael Bublé. We only hear from him at Christmas. He like produced one Christmas album like 10 years ago. And you hear him every Christmas. He's like the Christmas guy now of this generation. He's like Bing Crosby was.
Yeah, so if you put Christmas CDs in, and it's not the time of year to sell Christmas, but just in general, Christmas CDs, there's 380,000 Christmas CDs for sale, right? and 23,000 have sold in the last 90 days. And around Christmas, I can tell you that jumps way up. They're not selling for a lot. $3, $6,
See,
$7,
that's where what's
$6.66.
killing me, man. I cannot make. eh, I can make. I know that I could probably turn $500 pretty easy,
Yeah.
which is great. Don't get me wrong, folks. If you're listening, you want to turn $500, great. Buy junk like I did, cheap junk, and sell it on eBay. But I want to get to where I'm making $1,000 a week, and so
The riches are in the niches. You
I'm
got to niche
gonna
down.
have to get into some more, and it's not just that. Okay, so like I've come across some pocket watches. I bought 2 or 3 of them that are high dollar pocket watches, and I've sold them.
And they sold right away, too.
They do. They sell pretty quick.
They sell fast.
They sell real fast, and they sell for high dollar. The problem is being able to afford them. You're talking, you come across $1,000 watch, you buy it for 500 to 600. You've got 500, 600 tied up in it. Now you got to sell that thing. Now, yes, you sell it decently quick. Okay, but you made $500.
Yeah.
And that's great, but that's one item. And that's for the month. I've got to get my average sell up. That's just all there is to it. My average sell right now is down in the crapper. It's around $5. I'm sitting here making 50, 60 bucks. I'm selling 10 to 12 items a month.
Yeah.
Which is still roughly up there around the 10% mark of what I've got listed. It's just what I've got listed is not high dollar stuff. So I've got it. Those are things I'm looking at. Of course, here's the thing, folks. A lot of my inventory was free, so you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
And a lot of mine was, hey, are you throwing that out? Yeah. You mind if I have it? No. Okay. And then you go through it and go, okay, I can sell this, I can sell that. Okay, so I got some men's polos I've been looking at listing, and they're George's.
They're not worth anything. George,
It's a Walmart brand.
Walmart brand.
So they're not worth. You have to sell them cheaper than what Walmart sells them for. But they were free. So if I can sell them, lot them up, and sell them for $2 a piece, sell 10 of them for $2 or $20, hey, I made money. But the problem is that stuff sits there forever. So I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. I've never figured out what the good recipe is, kind of like what you did, except other than just go out and blow a whole bunch of money and go crazy and just go, yeah, I can make money off of that, and yeah, I can make money off of that, and rent 2 storage buildings, and then you can make some money at this. I don't know.
Hey, quit giving me a hard time, Dick. I am in the wrong place. I need to get back there. But I'm going to use that easy lister, list easy, or whatever it is. But this is my goal. I'm going to, not yet, but probably first of the year. This is my goal. To get myself to a good place. I'm going to use that list easier to get myself to 10,000 items. Once I get to 10,000 items, I'm getting rid of list easier. And I'm going to just list what I sell. So if I sell 10 things a day, I'll list 10 more things. I think if you can get yourself to 10,000 items listed, and I think I can fit in my garage and in my eBay room 10,000 items. I think that would make you a decent living.
I don't think
not caring about.
I don't think you can fit 10,000 items of what was that? What's that art you really like?
Indigenous art.
I don't think you can fit 10,000.
I was looking at that stuff this week. I was like, oh man, this is taking up a bunch of room here. Indigenous art doesn't sell. Okay, it was a bad idea, but I like it personally.
So use it to decorate your house. I don't think it's
Yeah, my wife doesn't like it at all, so it's not going in my house.
So
I love folk art too.
It's going in your garage.
That looks like a 12-year-old painted it. I'm like, no, it's folk art.
Going in his garage.
Artwork.
It's decoration in his garage.
Man, I have it in my garage. I have so much stuff. So the back eBay room, there was a bed in there. This weekend I took it down, and then I took all my shelving that I have, and I'm going to shelve that whole room out. I could probably get 5,000 things in there. But I'm not selling dollar cards. Dollar cards was a bad
I
idea.
will be honest. I was shocked at how much you got in that little apartment you're in right now. You had that thing shelved out, and you had quite a bit in there.
Yeah, I know.
You had quite
I
a
was
bit.
always, and then I pulled it down because I thought that whatever was going on. When I walk in here, the place doesn't shake as
I
much
was
as it
getting ready to
used to.
say. I mean, when
So
we had all
yeah, I
that,
had too much weight
you
in this
had way
bitch.
too much weight, and I was a little
Yeah,
concerned. I'm glad you got that out of there
yeah.
because I was slightly concerned when you would walk, the camera would vibrate. I'm not kidding you, folks. Go back and watch. Give us some more views. Go back and watch some of our old ones, and when Benz gets up and walks, the camera. But
But
anyway,
I do think this list easier. I think is a list easier. That's what it is. It's a good idea. It's a good thing. I'm not at a place to use it. I had signed up also for Paper Gold. If you want to sell books and you want to learn about books, Paper Gold. It is a great group of people, and I know 5 people personally that all they do is sell books.
it's just like everything else.
But I started buying books, and I realized books are freaking heavy, man. Books are heavy. That's a lot of work.
You need heavy.
And I bought, yeah, not just that, just carrying them, but being on the second floor and carrying up. I'd carry the box of books. So I found some books on, what was it, Facebook Marketplace. There's a guy, he moved here from Florida and moved up his bookstore 8 years ago. And then when he got here, because his parents had passed away, he moved into their house, and then they quit doing eBay. So he had his boxes of books for $4 a box. $4 a box. And I was like, oh, I'll check it out. So I drove. It was like an hour from here. Went out there, hung out with that guy, went through the boxes, picked the ones I wanted. Got 20 boxes at $4 a box. Spent $80. But in there, I got a bunch of other really good books. Now, I went through them. I think I did the wrong thing because I didn't have list easier before. Anything that was worth less than $10, I just threw into the dumpster. So about 60% of the books went into the recycler, not the dumpster. So now I'm looking back on, if you sell a book for $10,
If you got a whole box for 4, yeah.
yeah,
And that's the thing. Maybe I'm being too negative. I don't know. I'm like, I want to start making some actual money. Yes, it has been great. And folks, you've seen it. You go back and watch our stuff. This whole room has been built from eBay.
yeah,
eBay built whole office room here. It was it didn't technically build it. It was cinder block wall. It was a basement room, but the insulation, the wall seal on the inside and out, the studding, the repiping, the electrical work, the insulation, the drywall. eBay paid for all that, which is awesome. What I want to do is start
awesome.
actually going, okay, I've seen what can happen. They can pay for a whole room to be. Now I know it's not completed, but I got the stuff sitting over. I just ain't had the time. Don't give me
Lazy ass.
exactly. I gotta sleep sometime, and of course I gotta eat. Y'all can tell I eat.
Sleep when you die. Sleep when you die.
I want to get to the point where, like Alex said, he would like list 5 to 10 things a day. Now what he's like, I list 5 to 10, but he is particularly niched in a niche market, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows about that niche. He's pretty much an expert in that field, and he makes money at it because he knows what he's doing. So, I don't know. I want to do that too. I really do. But
I think this is my goal. Is I'm 52. And by the time I'm 60, so I've 8 years. By the time I'm 60, I want to be doing this full time. But I think it's a great hobby. I have a lot of people that work for me that are 65 or older in the business I'm running that are still like driving trucks, delivering parts, stuff like that, that are doing it because they don't have a side hustle. They could retire, but they need the money. And then one of them ended up making too much money. He had to pay back the government. So I think this is a good hobby. And I think if you start it young enough, you could build it up to the point that, you know what, I got 10,000 things that don't have great sell-through rate, but have a sell-through rate. Not indigenous art. Stuff that has 12 to 20% sell-through rate, which is going to take a while to sell. But will eventually sell. Everything eventually sells. Everything I've listed, I've sold random weird things 2 years after I listed it.
That's
But
true. Bob
I think
Ross
if you
to
can get
Chia
yourself
Pet.
exactly.
Bob.
I sold that really cool statue that I had. It was like the 20th thing I listed, and then they run over with a forklift, and then I couldn't win that battle. But I did sell it for $100, and I paid like $3 for it. So basically, I'm explaining something I lost $3 plus shipping on. It did sell eventually. It wasn't.
That's the thing too. Is a lot of things I'm noticing are not. When we were talking before and we were running our little goal, which did work out, folks, it really did. If you go back and look, and we never completely finished it. We kind of switched a bit, but the whole keeping above 25% resale ratio and staying small, it does work.
Yeah.
But it will work you to death on shipping. I guarantee you, I've been there, I did it. If I could got into some higher dollar items within that same range, I would have done a whole lot better. But I that
Yeah.
was when I made the most money in my eBay business that I made because I focused on items that had quick turnarounds and I could turn even if I could just turn $5 on it, it worked really well. Where are you going? He's like, I'm done. See ya. I'm walking out. I'm done with this whole thing. Anyway, as I was saying, folks, it does work, but there again, you're constantly shipping. So a lot of things do not sell like you would think, but they will sell eventually. And the problem with that is inventory. You got to have a place to store the stuff. So hence why this has been built. And eventually, though, folks, here's the thing. Eventually, I'm going to sell this house. And the way this room has been built, with a full clothes closet over here to the side, this here, the reason I want to put cabinets down here, there's water already here in the basement. So this could turn into a studio apartment, a mother-in-law suite, an extra bedroom. There's multiple uses it could become for selling the house in the future. So eBay basically has built me a place to have my eBay stuff, so my wife's not complaining about it so much, and it's adding value to my home when I sell it. It does work. Just want to make. I guess I'm being greedy, ain't I? I just want to make more. I want to make more. I guess that's the way it always works. But I can tell you, while he's getting ready to wind up and say something here, he mentioned people working in retirement, they could retire. Here's the thing, I work in retirement, and I can tell you, if you don't have a good plan, with a good planner, once you retire, you're going to start going backwards. And it's just a matter of time until you better either go back to work or have something on the side. Because, and that's the problem, is the way a lot of it's set up, and I'm not gonna mention anything here about anybody else in the business because I'm not allowed to and I'm not going to. But if you're not watching in and looking in on your planner, you're going to find out that your investment guide, your investment advisor, your certified financial planner, whatever, the way that is geared, it is geared to produce money, some for you, some for the advisor, and some for the company hosting it. But you got to remember, the company hosting it and the advisor are not putting anything in. So be mindful of that and be watching that and how it works, because I guarantee you, if you don't have a good plan when you retire in place and how that's going to work, it'll start sending you backwards. So that's why people are still. I got a buddy who's still driving a truck. He's 67 years old. Still driving a truck for FedEx. Because if I retire, I'm going to spin my wheels backwards. That's where we're at. So, not trying to be gloom and doom, but what you got? What'd you go pick up? You went and got something. What is that? A DVD that's worth like $5,000?
No, it's not. It's a book. Been playing with it.
Yeah, he's gotten into books here a lot. Alex, you've really talked him into books, dude. He started really liking books. What does your shirt say?
I can't find it.
Don't talk to strangers. Okay.
Yeah, it's an alien shirt.
Mine was one of my Harley Davidson shirts that I couldn't sell.
Yeah. Well, this book here, this Richard. Richard Petty.
Yeah, I know who Richard Petty is. The area
Yeah.
I'm at. This is Richard Petty country. He's literally
Yeah.
down here in Level Cross, which is about 30 minutes
So
away.
like this book was interesting to me because it's the paperback of the book. The regular book is worth about $10, but the paperback is listed no sold comps for $100. So I started looking into it more. This was a very limited release they did on paperback, so it's something that's worth money. And I paid a quarter for it, and I probably can sell it for $20 real quick because the only other one that's listed is $100.
And they're trying to make the big bucks off of it because
Yeah.
it's. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. I want to get into live selling. I'm going to try that when I get back to Tampa. But I have a plan with that is live selling, you make about 10 cents. You probably make about 20% of what you would make if you sold on eBay. So if it was a $100 item on eBay, you're probably going to get $20 for it selling it live. Doesn't sound like a good idea, but you can move stuff faster. But my goal is I want to get my listings up, list everything, and then let it list everything for 6 months at what I think it should sell for. And then I'm going to take it down 10% a month every month for 6 months. So it's now 60% off. And try to sell it for that 40% on eBay. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to take it and I'm going to try to do live selling and sell it off there.
I tried that one
That's the
time.
goal.
It didn't work. That whole clearance thing where you do the month, and if it doesn't sell in a certain time, you discount it by a certain amount, It just didn't work.
But you only had 100 items, right?
Well, that's true. That is true.
So I think if you do it on a grander scale, you probably could sell more. But maybe it won't work. But I want to try some different things to try to figure out. I got 8 years to figure this out, which is a long time.
That's true.
And I'm going to figure it out.
8 years to figure it
And
out.
I'm doing my eBay stuff. I think this is a hobby. I think this is a great hobby for anyone to get into. To go on Saturday and spend $20 at a yard sale and turn it into $200 to $400 easily every week if you're buying the right stuff.
There's a key. Buying the right stuff. It really is.
But if you decide you want to sell jean shorts and you go to a yard sale, you got jean shorts, or they don't, you leave and go to the next one. You go to the next one. I get into the thing of I'm an everything seller, so I check everything out. I spend way too much time there. But I'm just at a crossroads where I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do? How can I do this from here without having the stuff here? We'll be talking about that a lot.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think part of what's hurting you right now is where you're living.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think if you had a house instead of an apartment, that might work better. But I don't know how much your rent would go up if you did that. I don't know.
Exactly. Excuse me. I'm happy with what I got because it's $1,500 a month.
All inclusive.
For everything. Electricity, internet, television, everything. Which, it's not a big place.
I'm going to say television? What kind of television is included?
I got a TV with all the local channels and everything. It's got an antenna.
Oh, so it's not costing the landlord anything. They just here, I got you. All right.
But I have all the stuff that I use in my house that I can use here, except for Netflix. Netflix are bitches, right? They are. It's like you are not in your home mode, and then they let me for maybe 2 months I could use it, but they go, no, this isn't you. You're not in your home location. And if I don't go home with my phone, actually at this point it won't let me even play it on the TV at all. So
yeah, Netflix started that shenanigans a while back. Because years ago when my son left home, he borrowed our Netflix account for the longest time, but he can't do that now. He can't have that at all.
No, when I was in California, my kids used my Netflix and all my accounts in their houses in Delaware. It was no big deal. But now they're cracking down on that.
They are. Of course, we're actually getting ready to cancel Netflix. It just doesn't seem to have anything. Netflix is one of those programs that you can buy for 6 months, watch, and then cancel it, or put it on that standby whatever, and come back to it 6 months later and let stuff load up. Because We're going to bench this
Yeah.
now anyway, but Netflix hasn't seemed to figure out that they do not have a streaming platform that allows or puts us in a place where we need them for 12 months out of the 12-month year.
If you were smart, you could do that with all of them, right? You go in there, you get this one for this month, you watch everything on Peacock, and then you move to the next one, move to the next one.
Yeah.
You could do that. But I'm too freaking lazy to cancel everything. Actually, right now, I'm paying for Disney, Hulu, and it was ESPN Plus. Now you can get Disney, Hulu, and Max, which I pay for Max separately. I pay like $20 a month for Max. I figured this out 2 months ago, and I still haven't canceled and switched because I'm like, I don't even know what card that's on. It seems like a lot of work. I downloaded one of those things that says, you got Rocket Money where you can tell you where you spend all this money. And then they want all this information about me. I'm like, I'm not giving you all that information. But I guess they need all that information so they know where you're spending your money.
Well, that's true.
I don't want them to know.
But, yeah, and sometimes we don't want to know.
No, I'm like, just keep paying it. It's fine.
Like, we have Peacock and Discover.
Okay.
And the problem, we looked at doing that with them. The problem is there's so much on there and so many shows that we watch that come on at different times. Not just different times of the week, but different seasons. And so it's like they have developed a reason for us to want to keep those two year round. And that's so.
Okay. But you could still binge that stuff.
If you didn't have, okay, so yeah, if you're like my buddy I used to have that was a underwater welder who would go out and work for 6 to 9 months on an oil rig and then come home for 3 to 6 months and do nothing because he made like $300,000 in 6 months. Yeah, if you're like him, because what are you doing for 6 months while you're sitting at home? You're going to watch a lot of TV. You're going to...
You should start an eBay account.
Yeah, and then put it on vacation for 6 months. But
underwater basket weaving gets 7,000 hits a month on eBay. So if you want to start a channel with that,
underwater basket
weaving. Yeah, it's just something I was listening to. They were talking about that. It's not a good niche.
I don't think I could do
because
that.
it only gets like 6,000 hits. No, I don't know. I can't hold my breath that long to make a whole basket. Come on, that's crazy. I've been listening and trying to understand all this eBay or YouTube stuff because I want to figure that out too. Because our channel, we got 161 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. And we can't seem to get anything to pop. But you know what? We also haven't been very good here lately.
Right.
So.
We have not.
Consistency. What are you doing? Texting your old lady?
Texting my son. He just got home. He came down for my birthday.
That's cool.
And surprised me. I didn't even think he was coming. And so we get in the car, and yeah, we don't want to go out to eat after lunch with everybody. They were going to a Mexican restaurant that's like, it's one of those that on the lower end side. You can get like a plate for $6. The meat you can't really tell is hamburger meat. It's one of those, and I was like, I didn't really want to go there anyway. My wife was like, yeah, I didn't either. And then we get home, surprise, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
I will miss the refrigerator being next to my recording station.
You may have to buy you another one.
Yeah, I'll put me a mini fridge in the eBay room. But I'll be able to, from doing this room and having this space, I can definitely see where I could take that eBay room and make it much more efficient.
It gave you a whole different perspective. You saw what I deal with. Huh? Yeah, because I don't have the storage capacity that you have. I don't have a garage.
I don't have it. Yeah, I got that 3-car garage full. My wife's like, when are you going to do something about all this stuff? I'm like, when I sell it.
Yeah, you sold it already 2 times over. You just filled it back up again.
I know. You know what shit I brought home? That's crazy. I've been buying stuff all the time here. I'm not buying anything. I got to stop buying.
Do you still have
That's
stuff in your trunk right now? Be honest.
No, the trunk is empty. Because I just drove back here after going there and dropping it off. I did actually brought some stuff to list. So that's my goal, is I'm going to list all week, then take it home, put it into the eBay room, get everything organized. So then when I get back there, I already have everything all organized.
See,
And the worst is, I sold a belt buckle that I didn't have an item number on.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, when did I buy that? I'm just trying to figure out. It was a LA spinner belt buckle. I'm like, oh, I know I bought that from that company in Los Angeles. It's probably midway through my journey of selling belt buckles, so it's probably, I have them in the like 1200 item number, and it took me 4 totes to find it, but I found it pretty easy.
See, I don't have that many totes to go through.
Yeah, I got lots of totes. I got lots of crap. I got too much crap.
I wish I could show you guys the closet I built, because it's just a regular closet, but I love it for it's just full of eBay clothes. That's what it's full of.
There you go.
And I've been able to get more. If it's closed, it's either in the big tote, or it's in the eBay closet, or it's still on the rack waiting to be moved into the eBay closet.
eBay closet. But I was looking at all the stuff that I delisted. So I had 4,000 items, right? 100,000 of them were cards. I'm never going to list them again. So I had 3,000 items. And I have 850 now. So I delisted like 2,200 items that I need to relist.
You need to bulk list the cards.
But that easy lister will work for me because it's already separated. Like I have all the DVDs and all the CDs and all the VHS and all the hats in boxes already. So I just need to take a weekend, and I could probably get that 3,000 1 month for that 3,000 level and knock it out.
The only thing I think that they need to add, since it's AI, I think they need to add stock pictures. But of course, that may be flagged on eBay because eBay doesn't like stock pictures.
You can't have stock pictures on eBay.
Ah, I didn't know that. So see, I'm learning stuff too.
No. I did that I bought some items from Walmart and just took the pictures from there and listed them on my thing, and then a week later they flagged it and pulled it down. You can't use stock images.
I'm still looking for one.
But you can steal images from somebody else on eBay that aren't stock and use them.
I'm still looking for one that does the measurements. I still think it'd be cool if when you were taking the pictures.
No, it'll do that if you lay that with this AI lister. If you lay a yardstick across it, it will pick up the measurements and put that in the listing.
Yeah, but what I want, see, here's what I don't like about eBay versus, say, Amazon and some of the others. Okay. eBay, we lay yardsticks, or my trusty dusty
T-stick.
T-square that I've got here that I lay across. Okay. Hang that back over the ugly Betty. Anyway, what I want is for it to, if you're taking your iPhone, you can do the measure app, hit the button, and measure a room with it. The problem is, how do you keep that as a picture? So I'm trying to figure out, can I do that as a screen share, or that kind of things? Because if you go look at pictures on other things like Amazon, it will give you like a shirt, and it will tell you measure here, and it'll be like dash lines overlaid across it. It's not a yardstick, it's not a ruler, it's dash lines, and that, I think that makes the picture look so much neater and so much more professional with that than what we do on eBay. And I keep waiting for eBay to either add that function. I do that we can now take the pictures with our phone and add it right in. They've actually cleaned that up a lot. The last couple updates I've noticed as I'm listing, you can actually do, instead of having to load mobile, you can actually now take and designate through the mobile app as to what it is. If it's clothing, it'll say what's your front picture, what's your back picture. You can take them right there one after the other, which is pretty neat. So that's improved over 2 years since I started doing this. I'm just keep hoping to have it where we can do the measurement stuff that everybody wants, which I don't understand. Here's my question. Pardon me, ladies. We don't want any hate mail. But let me ask you this direct question. I'm going to look right at the camera. I'm looking right at you. Why, if you know what size you wear, do you need 14 different measurements on a piece of clothing to know anything about it? We don't do that as men. I know right now I'm a fat guy. I wear 40,
Yeah.
32 pants. If I buy 40, 32, it's me. I don't understand. I buy a XL.
How are you at a 40? I wear a 38.
Dude, I am fat.
You must pull it up to the belly button. I let
No,
the belly hang
I
over.
don't. I
Maybe
let
that's
the
the
belly
difference.
hang over. I do.
I wear 38. 32s. If we're not the same height, I'm all above the waist is my height.
I
Sadly.
have a short torso
But
and long legs.
yeah,
But anyway,
I got short legs and long torso.
but I probably actually am a 38, but I like to squeeze into a. I don't like to squeeze in. I like to have room in case I eat. So a lot
I
of my.
like my balls to pop, so I want it tight. Go ahead.
It'd be nice if some of us had that problem.
It's all balls, though. It's not dick. But go ahead.
It's your story. You tell it how you want to tell it.
I'll tell you. Hey, you know, I heard the craziest thing today when I was driving home, listening to a podcast. Do you know that they are outlawing machetes in Australia because of too much knife violence? Do you know how here where cops will have a day where you can bring your submachine gun, turn it in for $100 or whatever,
Machine.
turn it into guns? They're doing that there for machetes. So you can't have swords or machetes in Australia. And after September 1st, if you're caught with a machete, you're going to go to jail. So they have all these bins they put out at the cop stations that you can just show up and drop your machetes in there.
So how many are they? How many is they have to have a sign? Is can you imagine some guy walking up and he's like, here, he dumps a whole box in and just pulling him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I still don't understand the measurement. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why we have to have 14 different measurements. Why? I got this one the other day. You're gonna love this one. So the machete thing's cool, but let me ask you this: can you measure the neck? Sure, I can. So I go and I measure across the neck, just on a lady's shirt across the neck, and I send it to her. No, I'm gonna need to know how much. This is a crew neck ladies shirt, what we call crew neck, which is what you and I have on right now, crew neck T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you pull it this way, sideways, and measure it, that's what it is, times 2.
She wanted to know what the neck drop was. It's a crew neck. It's a crew neck. We're not talking about a V-neck or as I call it, the ladies' cleavage shower. I can understand that if it's a V-neck, comes down here. How long? Because some ladies want to show, some ladies don't.
If I was you, I'd put the shirt on, take a picture of myself and say, here, there you go. You have to hold your beard up.
Yeah, otherwise, bearded lady. But
That's what it looks like on me.
what do you mean, neck drop on a crew neck?
What does the neck drop on a crew neck?
So get this. So I make the comment. It could be stretched, so they want to know. Okay, that sounds reasonable, but still, Lord have mercy. We're talking, and finally I was like, it's an $8.99 shirt, lady. I'm not taking any more pictures. Buy it or don't buy it. I don't care at $8.99 because by the time I pack it and ship it, I'm working for $1. Sorry. I've already got probably an hour in taking 14 pictures of one shirt with all these other
The
measurements.
vertical distance between the base of the neck and the shoulder point to the lower part of the neck opening, or the neck seam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a measurement of the height of the neckline with a large neck drop resulting in a lower, more open neckline.
But here's my problem.
A smaller neck drop means it's higher and less
Right.
opening
And
for the
there's
neckline.
zero neck drop. A 0-degree neck drop means that it's a turtleneck. Now, it can be a crop turtleneck,
Yes, exactly.
a mid turtleneck, or a high turtleneck, but it's a turtleneck. I probably know more about ladies' clothing than I ever care to know. But here's my big
I prefer a dickie than a turtleneck.
I don't know the difference of that. But anyway.
A dickie is just a little piece, like it's like a scarf, like it comes down like that. Turtleneck, that's not a real shirt. A dickie.
Okay.
You never wore a dickie before?
No, I never had to wear one of those.
Oh, I like to put dickies around my neck all the time.
Family.
They're good for the winter. Keep your neck warm.
Family show.
Talking about a piece of clothing. Just talking about a piece of clothing, man.
Anyway,
What the hell is wrong
I
with you?
prefer an ascot. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I never worn an
I had an asscock one time. That shit hurt. What are we talking about?
ascot. Anyway,
Oh, whoa.
yeah,
That's the thing.
the little fluff that went down
Alright.
the neck in like the 1700s. Anyway,
Okay. Sorry, I
I'm
misunderstood.
just really fussing about this having to make measurements because you would not call up Walmart.com and say, "I'm sorry, could you give me the neck drop measurement on that?" They would tell you to bug off.
Yeah, I can explain it to you.
But it's just getting ridiculous on this. That's why I want to get out of ladies' clothes. Men's clothes, I've started selling that, and I don't have near the problems. I post the size. I've not even been taking pictures of the measurements. It's funny, and it still sells. Go figure. You know why?
Yeah,
Because
because
men are like,
yeah, I
oh,
think
that's an
that'll work.
XL.
Hey,
Oh, that's a 2XL. Oh, that's a medium. Oh, that's a 30-26. Which, by the way, I just sold a pair of jeans that were 38-26.
that's a tall mother.
That's a what?
That's a tall dude. That's a lot of length on the legs.
26?
That's a skinny tall dude.
38, 26?
26?
38, 26.
Oh, 26.
38,
Okay, sorry.
26.
It's a midget. That's a midget.
That's a round dude.
He's one of them fellas you knock down, he roll for a mile. He'll just keep rolling, you know.
38, 26.
I thought you said 46.
No.
I'm like, damn. That's
38, 26. Yeah, I could wear them, but they would be like high waters on me.
shorts.
I'm just like, hey, dude, you do you. I'm glad. Because they got bought for me by mistake. I'm like, I was a 26. I ain't been a 26 since I was like 7th grade, 410.
Yeah. I got my fancy pants on.
That did not look right. It looked like you were pulling a underwear.
You ever do that? Hey, I got stuck in gum. I'm stuck in gum. Then they look and you're just holding your sack. That's messed up. What are we talking about? It's going
Are you
crazy.
drinking? What's in that cup?
I have to drink. I haven't drank all weekend. I was
Oh.
driving.
So you're
Couldn't
saying
drink.
you have to drink to do this podcast with me?
No, I just have to drink because I'm a freaking alcoholic. This is a sad day for me.
Oh.
I know. I put out that shipping and sipping. Someone's like, "Oh, this seems like a excuse for an alcoholic." I'm like, "What? That's not a good comment."
Hey.
I just said, "What's your mama's number?" That's probably not a good reply.
No, probably not.
Mm.
Oh, folks, we have missed this. And I know we spent the first half very serious, but sometimes you got to start laughing. I don't know. What's something else that's funny?
I don't know. Hey, you know what? This article I read this week, if you ship stuff to Chicago, Chicago's having problems with the USPS with the scams. So if you send stuff to Chicago this week, expect it to be delayed.
They're not the only ones having problems. Okay, so we ordered a package. You got to love our postal service.
You always talk about your packages.
We ordered a package out of California. My wife did. It gets shipped to Gastonia, North Carolina. Comes into Gastonia, which is literally an hour from me. Comes north out of Gastonia, bypasses me, goes all the way to Roanoke, Virginia.
I lived there for a while. It's a beautiful.
Trying
area.
to figure out why. Okay, maybe it's going to come back south. No, it leaves Roanoke, disappears for a while, reappears in L.A. We're like, what?
Lived out there too. It's going to all the places.
And then
I
it
live.
flew back out here to go to High Point, to go to Greensboro High Point Post Office. It was shipped L.A. to Gastonia to Roanoke, Roanoke to L.A. Now, this is what's really funny. It was 2 different L.A. postal codes.
All right. Big town.
It is a big town, but it left one postal code in L.A., Gastonia, Roanoke, back to a different postal code in L.A., back to Greensboro, North Carolina. Wouldn't it have saved a whole lot of money on the postal service to have just gone L.A. to Greensboro? Greensboro's a hub.
Yeah, but it got missorted because they're still using humans to do it, not AI.
Because they're using something. I don't know. Postal workers must be drinking. But
Yeah, I sell a lot of auto parts. I was. I'm not right now, but you know that if you're in the auto parts part of eBay, you now have to do free returns.
yep,
Just so you're aware if you're selling
I
auto
saw
parts.
that. But now what I
Yeah.
saw was it's going to be the free returns, just like what basically what they are trying to enforce on the other eBay guarantee or whatever. It's not. Is it?
Yeah, I think they pay 50% of the cost. So if you sell something and it's no more than you paid for it. So if you ship something somewhere and it costs you $8, it'll cost you no more than $4 to get it back. But no matter how they send it. So that's cool.
What it means is if it's not going to work out, I'm gonna. If it's not going to be like the standard eBay guarantee, I'm probably going to pull everything that I've got off of eBay. Motors.
Yeah, I'm worried that I was just looking at my thing. The other reason that I opened the store and I'm going to keep the store open is because you have to have so many sales in a 90-day rolling period. Otherwise, you lose your eBay top rated. I'm going to lose my eBay top rated if I don't start selling.
I probably am too.
I don't know if that matters, but
I think it's only what, like it's only like you got to average like what 10 a month or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
It's
So I got
low.
that
It's
covered
not hard
by
to do.
accident. Yeah.
It's not hard to do, but once you get it, it's actually hard to get top rated. It really is. You got to be a little bit to get top rated. But I've gotten there, and it's not been terribly hard to keep. But anyway, we're going to have to wind this down, brother, because it's about time for me to go kick back in the chair and watch a little TV and spend a little time
I don't blame you. I'm
with
going
family.
to take pictures of books. That's the rest of my evening.
I'm going to rest, relax. I got to be back up early at it in the morning.
All right, so I'm throwing this out there. How many are you going to list this week? Because I think that's the part of the problem, too, with both of us. You ain't frozen, I know, because it was going up and down with the sound. You're trying. You're like,
I was trying. Couldn't hold it.
I know you're busy, and I'm busy,
I
but
think
we need to start listing.
we do, but I don't know that I might get 5 listed this week if I really tried to squeeze it in. Right now, I'm worried about getting to the post office to deliver the one I just sold. Because I literally don't have but like a 15-minute window between meetings. From like 7:30 in the morning until 7:30 at night. It is crazy. Man, you got to be on camera.
How long are you in this program?
For the next, I got 3 more weeks, I think. 3 or 4 more weeks.
All right, so through the...
It's through like almost the end of September.
All right, so starting the week of September 21st?
I'll have to look at it, dude, because it's a 6 total weeks, and 6 full weeks, and I started the 11th.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. So I've been in it 2 weeks, basically 2 full weeks. So I start my 3rd week this week. So the first would be 1, 2. The first would be 3,
So the week of the 28th.
4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I will be out basically the 28th, the week of the 28th. I come out. Yep. Which basically screws September for me.
Yeah, September shot. But
which is technically a good month. So I need what I've been trying to do is figure out, okay, what can I do to get more organized and get so I can do it. Because I basically was like, I'm just going to let it sit and roast until the 31st. And then on the 1st, I want to start again, trying to get and make sure that I'm getting my 10 listed per day. Because when I was doing that, I was starting, because I started out the first of August, and I only had 89 things listed. So
I got to get back into it. I'm going to start this week. I'm going to try to list 100 things this week. That's my goal. And we'll talk next week whether I did it or not.
But yeah, I'm going to try to do some things. What got me so upset was I was so tired the last time it was like the 13th of August, and I was still listing, I was staying up way too late because I get out of the meeting at 7,
Yeah, don't.
and I'd come back down here and do my training work that I got to do, and then try to list too. And I inadvertently deleted 14 items.
God damn. I've done that.
And I just, screw it. I'm so tired, and I just shut it down. I was like, forget it. 14 items just that I've now got to take all new pictures for. I got to figure out which 14 I deleted because I didn't even know which 14 I deleted.
All right, so we'll talk about that. August 1st or
September 1st.
September 1st. We'll start looking at that for you. And we got to start setting a goal. And I'll hold you to it. And you
That's
need to
why
hold
I'm
me to my
thinking
goal.
this. What is it called? Easy Lister Easy, List Easy. What's it called?
List easy.
List Easy.
List easier.
List Easier. I'm going to look at that later this evening a little bit harder because I really think that it could help a whole lot. Of course, I've been using ChatGPT, and I'm going to tell you right now, folks, very quickly, eBay AI is okay.
Shit.
It's yeah. So I've been using ChatGPT.
So this List Easier uses chat. It uses 5 different AI softwares. It's really good. It scrapes the whole internet. It'll find that item for sale. That's what I'm told. But I will, next week, I'll have at least done 10 because I'm going to do my 10 free ones. And then we can talk about it some more. But if it works as well as everybody says, it might be worth $80 a month or $69.
Very easily. But all right, folks, I got to sign off here. Ben's going to keep talking to you if he wants to.
Nah,
but
that's all right. I'm by myself. I'm not that excited.
It has been a blast.
All right. Hey, thank you guys for wasting another hour with us. You have a wonderful week. I'll get this edited and out by Tuesday. Woohoo!
You got your work cut out for you.
I know. I got stuff to do. All right, man.
All right. Later, folks.
Stop recording. See ya.